Alright guys, it's Friday. I know it has been a long week for pretty much all of us, I guess, as the world, as a nation, I guess. It's, look, we're going to talk about the obvious, the underlying, the elephant in the room, okay? But I don't want to dwell on that. Everyone's been dwelling about it. It's the last thing that people are sick of talking about it. But right now, it's Friday. Let's lift our spirits a little bit, okay? Talking about spirits, the only spirit to lift into my mouth is bourbon. So guys, kick back. If you're over 18, punch into some beers, punch into a wine, bourbon, rum, whatever your poison is. Crack one with me. Let's relax a little bit. Let's unwind, okay? Everyone's a little bit stressed. Everyone's a little bit freaked out. Don't have coronavirus. I'm just clearing my throat. All right, we're good. So, like we do, start off with a drink. And where would we be without my trusty vape? Oh my God. Yes. So the juice that I'm vaping on at the moment is by a line called Gorilla. Really one of my favorite lines of juices, I think. They do like a dessert line, they also do a fruit line too. Both are phenomenal. That's the deal right there, if it's gonna focus up for me. So Gorilla, I've got a bit of banana custard right now. It's awesome. Actually, and talking about clearing my throat, I feel really, I work in refrigeration, so I walk into people's houses and stuff like that, and God, does anybody else feel like if they clear their throat or like cough or God forbid sneeze, that everyone's like, Corona. Like everyone just stares at you like you're infecting everyone. Like, dude, I got a beard, so my beard tickles my nose sometimes and I sneeze. Like, I clear my throat a lot anyway because like I vape, so you get moisture in your throat. And you just want to clear your throat. So literally everything I do is a lot. My dog is making noise. Dallas, I'm trying to film. He doesn't care. He's probably going to fall asleep. But, alright. Let's start the Friday off. We'll get it out of the way. Coronavirus, COVID-19. I just want to start by saying, life is not over, okay? Life is going to go on. I know this is a tough time for everyone at the moment. Everyone's in limbo. No one really knows what's going on. The government doesn't know. The people don't know. No one knows, right? These are unprecedented times. No one has ever, the world has never seen something like this that affects everything. You know, on this scale where everyone's going into lockdown and all these weird procedures to stop you going outside. Like, I'm 28 in May, I've never seen anything like it. I've done a lot of jobs for 50, 60-year-old people. They've never seen anything like it. So this is new territory for the world, which is why everyone's sort of got their own views and opinions, and I guess that's what makes it human. Okay? I mean, I've got my own opinions and views on what the Australian government is actually doing. I don't agree with a lot of it, but I'll keep my opinions to myself. I don't want the controversy on this channel, right? So I'll keep it positive. I've got my own views. I don't agree with a lot of what's going on, and I believe it's hell of a lot of hype, but that is a different story. I mean, just quickly, we're talking numbers here. Australia's had like, what, 11 or 12 deaths now? I mean, you'd probably find that more people trip over their own feet and split their head open on the ground and die each year. But they're just numbers, guys. The whole world is just going crazy. I think, anyway. But I think in times like this, especially when people are losing their jobs, there's job uncertainty, whether they're going to have a job next week. I work and manage my parents' refrigeration company. We're fortunately quite busy at the moment, but tomorrow's a new day, next week is a new week. You know, the work might completely die. No one knows how long. Australia at the moment, it's different in every state, but Australia as a whole has all taken steps in quarantining and self-isolation and keeping a certain distance away from people. So these are action plans that are starting to be put in place to help minimize the spread of coronavirus, COVID-19, whatever you want to call it. So it's getting a little bit intense, okay? It's getting a little bit real. As our Australian government have stopped being able to eat in restaurants. So all of you cafes, fast food chains. My ex-girlfriend Danielle works in Chermside Shopping Centre. They've even barricaded off, I got a Snapchat from her today, they've even barricaded off like all of the seats in the middle of the walkways. So basically, there's no public grouping, I guess. It's just the essential places are open. There's a lot of places, and this is where the line varies a little bit on what's essential and what is non-essential services, because I think everybody has a different view on that, so it's really hard to draw a straight line in the sand. But they're the first steps that are taken. I know the UK, parts of America, if you guys are watching from America, I know a few of you guys watch from the States, and parts of the UK, I don't think it's all the UK, but parts of it as well. So they've got into full lockdown. I think it's for about a month, a full entire lockdown, no one's going to work. Basically, you're supposed to stay inside. No doubt that's what is going to come to Australia. If it's happening in New Zealand, I've got no doubt that Australia will go into a complete lockdown. I'm unsure if... I think I'm an essential service because I work in food safety, stuff like that, but again, that's for the government to decide what's essential and what's non-essential. Don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It's all up in the air. That's what I mean. No one knows what's going on. So it's everyone's a little bit stressed out. To the people that have lost their jobs, just stay positive. You know, I don't want to dwell. This is what this whole video is about. I wanted to make this video because in such a negative, stressful time, it's really easy to get caught up in the negativity of it all. Okay, I think we as humans find it very easy to find the negatives and stuff and not really look at the positives. There is no doubt that the negatives do outweigh the positives of what's happening. However, there is still a hell of a lot of positives, guys. We just take it one day at a time. As a nation, we have to look after ourselves, look after our neighbours and our family. That might not be through interaction, but if you know they're struggling for food or toilet paper, because Australia is freaking out with toilet paper at the moment. I don't know what you guys are doing in America. I don't know what the toilet paper thing is about, but just stay positive, guys. As looking at the positive sort of thing, I've actually I quickly wrote down just before, I just had a little brainstorming session of just trying to pull some positives out of if we go into lockdown, complete lockdown for a month, or the people that are self-quarantining right now, if they've stuck at home for 2 weeks, if they've come in contact with coronavirus, if they've got it, whatever, don't freak out. There's a really, really good chance nothing's going to happen and you've just got a little cold and flu, right? So don't freak out too much, just do your thing, do the right thing, stay at home, self-isolate, self-quarantine. But if the lockdown does happen and we're stuck inside for a month, there is positives, guys. It's very easy to look at it as oh my God, I'm going to be so bored, what am I supposed to do? But guys, if your bills are frozen, which will have to happen if we go into lockdown, essentially no one's getting paid, so no one's making money, all the bills, mortgages, loans, everything's frozen. So essentially you just have a month at home to maybe do things that you don't usually get a chance to do. And that's what I'm trying to get out of this. So I've just brainstormed some positives, not in any order. I just literally in 5 minutes, guys, I came up with this. So in a month, you guys can very much elaborate on this. The first dot point is if you're at home for a month, I'm sure everyone has little jobs around the house that they've been neglecting or they just haven't quite had the time for on their time off on the weekends or whatever. I know my weekends are usually busier than my weeks, so I'm real OCD and I'm real perfectionist, and I'm very routine, so I get everything I need to get done. Well, 99%, there is some few things, but if I get locked down for a month, then there's a few jobs. I do need to clean my garage. Like, there's one job. You can, if you've got weeds in the grass or weeds in the garden, you can get rid of that, make it look nice. Like, actively do something like productive around your house. There's little bits and pieces you want to clean or polish, whatever. Go for it, go nuts. Wash your car. Great time to wash your car. Make it all clean. You've got nothing better to do. Number two, and this is actually a really good one. I put spending valuable time with your family. I mean, my best mate lives with me, Liam, and you've seen him on a few of my videos. I have split custody of the little animal who is passed out cold on the ground right now. So me and Danielle do week on, week off. She's my best friend in the whole world, so we've got a really good relationship past the relationship that ended between us. She's my closest friend in the whole world. So we do week on, week off with our dog. He's like our kid. So for me, my family is Dallas and Liam in this house, but there's plenty of people watching this that have 1, 2 or more kids or whatever, or just have a partner. Like, if you're locked down for a month, everyone takes time for granted, I think. In a world where everything's getting quicker and quicker, you know, everyone wants things yesterday. Like, they don't want to wait, and the whole year seems to go by in the flash of an eye, and they take for granted some of the little things. You know, time is very precious. You never know when your time is up, or somebody you love's time is up, you know. So make every second, make every minute count. So maybe if we go into lockdown for a month, you get to spend some quality time with the family. I'm sure you're going to piss each other off, because that's what happens when you love someone. You spend too much time, you love them that much, they end up annoying you. I'm about to sneeze. I'm not dying. I've never sneezed ever on camera. But I'm good. Jesus, I'm good. Anyway, so time with the family, right? Me as a fisherman, and all of you other anglers, who I'm sure 99.9% of you are, otherwise you probably wouldn't be watching my fishing channel. This is such a perfect time to clean your boat out. Go through your tackle trays. Redo the split rings on all of your lures. Redo the trebles. I'm sure everyone has some rusty trebles and some rusty split rings that they've been meaning to change, but it sucks. But if you've got nothing better to do that, because it's really important. What better time to do all that boring stuff than sitting at home all day, every day for a month? Okay? That's another one. Maybe make a list of the stuff that you need, go through everything, little things like that. Maybe learn some new recipes. I don't know if you're a dad or even a mum who's watching this or whatever. Even for me, I go to gym a lot and I spend a lot of time at the gym. Not anymore because they are closed, but I get into the repetition of eating the same stuff every week and it gets really, really boring. So maybe for me, it's a chance to browse the old interwebs and YouTube, and maybe come up with some cool new recipes that I can try when all this is over and get back into my proper eating routine. Pick up a hobby or start a new one. You know, pick up an old hobby. If I go into lockdown, maybe I'll be able to pick up the guitar a lot more and start singing again, which a lot of you probably don't know that I do, but I used to be a muso and I used to get paid to sing and play music at my gigs. So unfortunately, with work and gym and making this content for you guys for fishing and my fishing career, there's not enough hours in a day for me to pick up my guitar. So little hobbies like that, you know, an instrument or whatever your hobby is, maybe this will give you a chance to find an appreciation and some time for that again. And if you don't have a hobby, or you've always wanted to learn an instrument, sitting at home for a month, perfect time to do it. Okay, there's another one. explore YouTube, okay? Share my stuff. That would be awesome. If you guys are sitting at home, share my stuff, get it out there. Make sure you subscribe, tell your friends, hey, if you're bored, you should check this guy out. He's pretty cool. I'm pretty cool. But explore, you know, perfect example. Last week I was on a job and I was welding some plastic in the back of my car, welding some rubber seals. And sometimes I just put whatever on YouTube. I watch the guys that I subscribe to. But I was flicking through and I don't know, something caught my eye. It was like a venomous cobra attacks or whatever. I was like, okay, a bit of clickbait. It looked cool. Anyway, this guy's name is Tyler Nolan. Really, really cool dude. His energy, like he's just got such a vibe. He's so chill, but like so charismatic to watch. Like really cool guy. He's actually a tattooist. He lives in Florida. Covered in tattoos. He owns his own tattoo parlor. But he loves animals. He loves his snakes and cobras in particular. He's got like all these venomous snakes. He's got tortoises. He's got a macaw. Like he's got so many animals. Like if I had the money, my house would be exactly the same. I love animals. But this dude is so far from what I would usually subscribe to. Like my subscriptions are usually fishing related, obviously. So I've got like Scott Martin, Carl Jochimson, Brian Latimer, Brendan Polinick. I had a massive mental blank then with BMP Fishing. You know, all these guys that I look up to and hopefully will fish next to one day. They're my usual subscriptions. I get the vape and e-juice reviewers that I watch a lot of as well, like Indoor Smokers. Chris from Indoor Smokers lives in Washington, I believe. Rip Trippers and stuff like that. Anyway, so that's the sort of content, but explore new stuff. Just go on some weird YouTube tangents. You may pick up some cool stuff that you wouldn't think you like, and then you explore new guys. So content creators like me can help expand their audience to what it normally wouldn't be, which is pretty cool. And last one, start vlogging yourself. Start a YouTube channel yourself. If you've got nothing better to do, and there is plenty of people that talk absolute rubbish like I'm talking right now, you can get an audience and you can be doing what I do. You can start to make money from YouTube. Like start a channel, start a vlog. It doesn't matter what you're doing, as long as it's captivating, as long as people enjoy it, then that's going to give you something to do. Buy a camera. If you've already got a camera, good, start vlogging. Like, you've got nothing better to do, guys. So I think it's all about, even gym, okay, keeping fit. So like I said before, fitness is a really big thing for me. Not being able to gym for 6 months or however long it's going to go on for. I've got a home gym that mum and dad bought me when I was a kid. I can dust that off, I can use that. If I have to quarantine here for a month, I guess I'll bring stuff and I'll do it in my garage. But you just make do, okay? Like, the worst thing you guys can do is sit down and dwell on the negatives. You gotta look for the positives. Like I said, that took me 5 minutes or less to quickly brainstorm that. So there is plenty of positives to take out of this. It's all about, I think the important things is keeping your mind and your body fit and healthy and active. So don't sleep in every day. Don't start eating bad foods, comfort foods, because all of that stuff is just going to make you dwell on how bored. And then you're going to start feeling yucky because you're eating bad foods and comfort eating. And then it's just going to spiral into a snowball of just negativity, right? That's what we don't want, especially for people's mental health. It is another big thing. Dwelling on the negatives and not having those escapes. For me, fishing is a massive escape. Gym is an escape. Everyone needs that escape in life just to get away from reality, just to check out a little bit. So now that the government's taken that away from us to help stop the spread of this virus, this is reality. You know, it's hard to get your escape away from what's happening. But as I said, find the positives. Keep your mind and your body fit, active and healthy, and that's the main thing. That's all. That's about it, guys. Just make sure everyone's okay. do your part. While I don't agree with a lot of stuff that's going on, we're all in this together. So don't make it one rule for you and one rule for somebody else. Like, it's one rule for all of us. We've got to do our part and just abide by it. The government is trying to do what they think is right by just keeping everyone inside. It's gonna suck, but it doesn't have to suck. You know, you can make of it what you will, but that's my advice. Find the positives in it. Otherwise, it's going to be a really slow, boring month if we go into lockdown, or if you're already in quarantine for 2 weeks. It's going to be a long 2 weeks if you guys are dwelling on, God, there's nothing to do. Anyway, that's it. I'm going to wrap it up. Probably been talking for a while, but that's the main thing. I just wanted to get out. There is positives in all of this, even with outside. You know, I've seen traffic on the road is a hell of a lot less, which is great. It's probably going to get even less if we're quarantined. But think about the animals, think about the wildlife, think about all those bush trails and stuff that people aren't trekking 1 million people all day. Like, it's going to give stuff a chance to refresh and regrow. I saw some photos on Facebook of the canals through Venice. They haven't been that clear in a long time. You can see the wildlife coming back in. You can see the fish. There's been dolphins that apparently haven't been seen in decades in those canals. Like, that's cool. So let's think of it as a positive of just letting nature have a break from all of the human traffic that we've got going on. It gives them a time to refresh too. So another positive that doesn't include us as humans, but just gives the world back and nature and the flora and fauna a chance to regrow, recuperate, relax a little bit. So that's it. Keep positive, stay active, okay? I'll wrap it up by saying that if we do go into quarantine for a month, even for the people that are already in quarantine or self-isolation for 2 weeks, I'm going to do my best to try and get some more content out there. It's going to be really tough for content creators like myself that rely on going outside to get a lot of their footage and a lot of their content. I'm going to do my best to keep it interesting. I might even put some montages together of some of my old stuff and some of my best parts of 2019 that you guys have watched. If you haven't, guys, jump through my channel. I've got some really cool tournament videos with some really cool cinematography and fish catching, and some funny bits in there too for you guys to check out. So if you haven't, go through them, make sure you like them, make sure you subscribe to my channel, guys. This is a really important time for creators to see what they've got. See how the best of a bad situation that they can make it. But I'm gonna try and keep it interesting, get as many videos up as I can, or maybe if I'm running out of content, I probably want to talk about some of my sponsors to help my sponsors. It's about helping the people that help you. So a lot of my sponsors, maybe I'll go through some of their gear and just talk about what you can get and some of the specs and blah, blah, blah with all that sort of stuff. That's another idea. If anyone has some better ideas, make sure you comment below or hit me up on Facebook or send me a message, whatever. But basically, I'm going to try and be there for you guys to keep me preoccupied and busy and to keep you guys interested in something to watch. I'm going to do my best. If we get quarantined for a month, I promise you I will try and get some more videos out during the week if I'm not working, if I'm not an essential service. But yeah, fishing is on hold, everything's on hold. The ABT season, like MLF, like Bassmaster, all that sort of stuff in the States, they've been put on hold with every other sport ever. So at the moment, everything's stopping, okay? I can't even go outside. Lakes are shutting down, or if not already shut. It's only a matter of time before saltwater boat ramps and everything is shut, because basically the government is just trying to quarantine everyone, stay inside. So I won't harp on about it. That was it, guys. Stay positive, stay safe, wash your hands, help stop the spread of this virus. Nothing to be worried about, but as I said, do your part. And I promise I will try and keep this interesting and as alive as possible to give you guys something to watch. So, on that note, I've been talking, I'm thirsty. If you enjoyed this video, guys, make sure you give me the thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, really important. This year, wanted to make it a massive thing that I start getting monetized on YouTube, so I need 1,000 subscribers. I'm somewhere between 400 and 500 now. Let's help me build this. I really need all you guys' help. If you guys are sitting at home, share my channel, share links, make people subscribe, because it's going to be quite hard now that I'm not going to have cool content from outside. But I really need your help now to help me get subscribers on my channel. It doesn't cost anything. You just start a YouTube account if you don't already have it and literally click subscribe. But for me, that subscribe means a hell of a lot more than it does to you, because it's going to help me do what I love to do, which is bring videos like this to you. So subscribe, please. While you're there, guys, check out my Facebook and Instagram, Keeghan Painter Fishing. Shoot me a follow over there. Always got cool photos, always got cool little bits and pieces coming up on there, so stay tuned, stay involved in that. Follow me over there. But that's about it. That covers everything. Like I said, stay positive, stay fit, active, healthy, and we will all get through this together. Hopefully it won't last that long, but everyone's in the same boat, guys. Some guys' boat's a little bit worse than others, but together we can band together, we can be strong and get through it. Maybe drink some alcohol, take the edge off. Alright guys, that is it. Stay safe, wash your fingers, and stay inside. I'm out. I'll catch you later.